Hey guys, Andy here. Welcome back to Animal Lover. And then the last episode, Miguel sort of kissed us, so that's kind of a nice surprise. I think I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, let's just go off. It's chapter 14, I believe, the last day of summer. Time passed. I would later count that 6 days had come and gone since I shared that moment with Miguel. Dr. McMillan stopped asking what happened that day I had to run out on her. Even though it's been less than 2 weeks, I feel like a different person, like the moment in which I first met Edmund was a lifetime ago. I didn't know half of the people back then that I do now. I don't think I've ever felt so scared, so happy, so energetic, and so alive in my entire life. Slow hours pass by in the office and I catch myself thinking thoughts like, I guess this is how life is now, when in reality, we're not done yet. I keep waiting for the moment that we're done, and every quiet, uneventful moment feels like the closing chapter of a book. But we're in the eye of the storm. I know that. We still haven't confronted Adara. We still haven't changed any of the boys back permanently. We just barely know what we're going to do if this goes on long enough for Charlie to become a bear. Last night, Kyle and Miguel turned into their animal forms at the same time. We suppose this means they share the same phase of the moon. This means that it's very likely that the next phase of the moon will either be Charlie's phase or no one's phase. Most of my days have been spent at the apartment. Someone's always at the computer, keeping tabs on Adara's blog to see if she moves or if it's time to go and follow her. Dustin offered to take us wherever Adara is in relative safety, but we still don't know where in the woods she is. So we wait patiently. There's the music. I miss the music. Summer's coming to an end, though. Things are winding down, and this mode of living just can't last, even when the sun stretches across the gray carpet of the apartment and time slows to a crawl. Andy? Yes, Dr. McMillan. She's calling from across the office, which means she's tied to her desk somehow. She either wants me to grab something for her or to take care of one of her responsibilities she's unable to get to due to a phone call. Can you come in here? Sure thing, be right there. I get it from my desk. There's one person in the waiting room, and they're very early for the pet's checkup, so it'll be fine to leave the front desk alone. I walk across the office, peeking into the main checkup room occasionally to see if there are any cute animals on the table. I sit down in Dr. McMillan's office. She's not on the phone and doesn't appear busy at all. Yes, doctor. Do you know what today is? No? I honestly couldn't tell you, no. Today's your last day here. What? In 3 hours you'll have completed 100 hours at my office. I will have, won't I? Wow. I just wanted to tell you before my 1 o'clock came, which is going to keep me busy for a little while. Mr. and Pat Stott, the old one? Yeah, I wanted to take the time to thank you for all the work you've helped me out with. I'll be happy to write you a letter of recommendation for any college you decide to apply to. You'll be receiving a glowing review from me. Wow, thank you, Dr. McMillan. Of course, I really appreciate all the help you've given me. I've learned a lot too. I'm glad. I know you're going to do great things wherever you go. I'm honored. Of course, don't lose that hard-working disposition. My phone then started ringing, a ring that I hear often from far away and is very shrill up close. If you don't mind. No, of course, go right ahead. Dr. McMillan picked up the phone and began to speak to a client. The professional tone she used with me remained, making it clear she wasn't speaking to a close friend. I went back to my desk, still 10 minutes before I have to worry about the patient in the waiting room. At 10 minutes, I spend entirely in silence and deep thought. It's all ending, isn't it? Walking into the apartment, I see everyone at their separate joint stations as usual. Charlie's at the computer today, Miguel is folding origami on the couch, Edmund is watching TV and so is Frankie, who's sitting on the floor. I think Kyle's in the bathroom. I'm really not. But you really are. How am I a Yuki? He's an asshole and distant and weird. Edmund, you're super distant. And kind of effeminate. From you, Miguel, seriously? If anything, I'm more of a Shiguri. You're not leering enough. Frankie's more of a Shiguri. I thought it was more like Kyo, you know, because he's hot-headed and determined. And a stupid, bumbling idiot. Why would you want to be Kyo? Because he... Shut up! Hey guys. They all noticed my entrance at the door and they waved their hellos. Hey, sorry we didn't notice you. We thought you were Kyle. Where's Kyle? He's picking up some cheese and breadcrumbs for homemade macaroni and cheese tonight. Oh my god, that sounds so fucking good. You realize he's probably shoplifting it, right? If we don't ask, he doesn't tell. We're not interested in whatever Kyle does, plus to send him off with money. What if he doesn't come back? He knows my phone number if he gets, I don't know, arrested or something. Does he? I think we screwed up. Uh-oh. Hey guys. We all turn around to see Kyle walking in with grocery bags. Oh, thank God. Nice to see you too, Charlie. You're not allowed to go shoplifting anymore. I mean shopping anymore. Did you steal that stuff? What? No, how would I gotten these bags and a receipt? Some people steal receipts. Give me some goddamn credit. Do you seriously all distrust me so much? So you didn't steal anything? Of course I stole something. Grabbed myself a root beer, but I didn't steal this stuff. Please don't do that shit while you're living with me. I really, really can't afford bail for you, and I'm goddamn positive you wouldn't be able to pay me back. Alright, God, my bad. That's cool. Cool. So, why do you do that? Do what? Steal so much stuff. I don't know. Poverty sucks, man. Teaches you to appreciate what you have. I'm used to foraging for shit. But you're fine right now. True, so it might just be a matter of principle at this point, or habit. Oh shit. What's the principle? Guys, that anything I can do to undermine the power of Master Corp. Guys, what? Adara's on the move. Oh shit. Where? I don't know where this is. I'm searching it right now. She's going to some sort of Thai place near the mall. She didn't give the name. That's Long Ocean Thai. It's right next to the bookstore. Charlie, put the computer away. Got it. Is everyone else ready? I'm ready. Just getting my shoes on. Grabbing my jacket just in case. I'm good. I'm gonna go get the car started. I dash outside with my car keys already in hand after having returned. I'm alone with my thoughts inside the car while the others begin to pile toward me. This all feels so strange. What's going to happen to us? Do I want this to end? Do I have a choice? Drive! I zip my seatbelt on and pull the car out of park. Ah! Wait, whoa. What? Kyle, the others aren't in yet. We're not being chased. Are you crazy? I know, but I've always wanted to say that, and I was wondering if you do it. No, I'm not just going to drive because you screamed drive at me. Damn. Alright, I'm in. Me too. Admin forgot his other shoe. Okay, then. Whatever, I'm leaving it. Just drive. Drive. Stop yelling drive. I am planning on driving. Edmund, don't be stupid. Grab your other shoe. Edmund yelled blankly, throwing himself outside of the car. You know it's going to take her more than 5 minutes to eat, right, guys? We do have some time. I'm back. Drive. Ah. I love when you have, like, silly little moments like this. So what are we going to do? Kyle, Miguel, Charlie, you all lived here before you were turned into animals. Do you remember the bookstore at all? Or Long Ocean Thai? I don't remember it either, no. I remember the bookstore, yeah, and I remember there being a Thai place I always wanted to eat at, but never tried. Not sure if it's the same one. I didn't get out of my apartment a lot, but yeah, I think I remember. Okay, here's what's going to happen. I think that Miguel should have lunch at Long Ocean Thai. We'll give him my cell phone. He can keep an eye on Adara. The rest of us will be available in the bookstore, keeping an eye out and ready. We can go to my car when it's time. We don't know how she's getting to wherever she's going, so I'm thinking maybe Charlie should stay in the car. Why Miguel? Yeah, why me? Frankie and Kyle sits out too much. She's met me already. I need Charlie to drive, and I trust Miguel. Alright then. I decide not to mention anything about Edmund. Everyone else on board with the plan? Plan? I can't read. What happens if she starts walking? Well, stop by the car as she's leaving, and you can join us to start walking. And if she takes the bus? I don't know. I'll just stay by the car no matter what. When everyone regroups to start tailing the dog, drop me off a phone so we can stay in touch and I can start driving if you need me to. We can follow Adar from far away. We get the location of her house. Good plan. Alright, we're just about here. Everyone ready? Silence with assorted nods. Yeah, I see her. Great, just keep an eye out on her. Everyone in position. Will do. What should I order? Charlie said something small. I think he meant it so he could pay for it quickly, but he also might be a cheapskate. Might? What do you mean, might? I'm saying he might actually... No, I'm talking to Kyle. What do you mean, might? You steal root beer. I could probably find enough change on the street to buy you a root beer. God, it cost me like $1.60 to buy a fucking root beer at Target. Which I should swing by because I really need to go to Target. You caught me. So yeah, order something small and call us when she starts to move. Sorry, I had to take a drink out of my Big Red, which is also $1 something at the stores. I get Dr. Pepper at work for like $1.25 because we have a vending machine. You got it, but I know a little vending machine near this grocery store that actually sells Coke for like 35 cents, so sometimes that's a backup plan, but I haven't been that poor in a while, so I hang up and look at Kyle, Frankie, and Edmund. Alright, well, what now? I don't know, walk around. If she starts to move, we'll start yelling for each other. Alright. Everyone splits into different sections. I find myself breathing again. I don't know when I became the leader of this little group, but it feels like they've been depending on me more and more lately. After realizing I don't have anything in the bookstore I'm particularly interested in at the moment, I decide to walk around directionless. Hey Andy. Yeah. Frankie turned around from wherever he was heading, and now it's just us in the aisle together. I think it's neat that we all get to just kind of walk around the bookstore. This place is great, but... Should we be leaving Kyle alone in the store? Oh, right, shit. Yeah, wanted to listen to some of the records. Would you mind keeping an eye on Kyle? Yeah, of course. Thanks. Frankie dashes off and I'm alone again. I'm finding myself worried that he hasn't already stolen something. He's inside the general fiction aisle when it gets him. Hey, Kyle. Hey. What are you looking for? Nothing in particular, really. I never really got into books. In elementary school, I had a crush on a girl who was kind of nerdy, so I tried to read a book she was reading. It's really dumb, and it's just some story about a bunch of babysitter girls, but I never really got back into books. Are you picking any up? No, I'm just looking. None at all? I'm not going to take any if that's what you're implying. You promise? Yes, I promise. Alright, cool. Do you have any recommendations? No, I haven't read it in a long time either. But what kind of book are you looking for? A stranger says, his head turned to us, his body facing the shelves in front of him. He's an older guy wearing a t-shirt for a band I've never heard of. I know this man. This is Chris McDougal. I used to babysit for him. Oh, hey, Mr. McDougal. Hey, Andy. It's been forever. How are you doing? I'm doing great. What are you up to? Well, Samantha's entering 3rd grade. We needed to pick out some books for her, but I'm letting her pick out anything she wants. Aw, that's cute. I guess she's getting too old for a babysitter. No, not really, though, if you're looking for a little extra pocket change. No, my hands are full. Thank you, though. No problem. Who's your friend? Mick. What? What? No fucking way. Mick, it's me. Wait. No. Yeah, man, it's me, the genuine article. I don't know what you're talking about. Dude. It's me, seriously. Kyle? That's impossible. Wait, is this Mr. McDougal? You're Mick? How do you... Wait. Kyle, you're supposed to be dead. Yeah, I bet that's what it looked like, huh? Mick is stunned. His eyes are widened. I'd only met Mr. McDougal a couple of times, and he always seemed like a quirky, fun kind of dad. But his face is frozen in fear, and his fingers are squeezing his thumbs. You're alive? Sure as shit, man. And a second later, Chris McDougal has latched onto Kyle, hugging him tightly and gripping his shoulders. For a moment, he even grabs Kyle by the side of his head and just inspects him. I can't believe it. It's really you. Yeah, I bet that's weird. You haven't changed at all. You seriously look as young when I last saw you. Well, kind of a reason. What? Oh, not because you're, you know, Asian. Yeah, that's not what I was getting at. I don't believe you, asshole. You're just as fucking racist as you've always been. Oh my god, it's actually you. The Flash. But how? Where were you? Well, you might not believe me. Does it have anything to do with why you still look like you're, what, 20? Actually, yeah, well, 21. Hey, Dad. A voice at Mid's side speaks up. Hey, Sammy. Mid seems taken out of the moment suddenly by his child's arrival. Do you remember Andy, right? Your babysitter? Hey, Sammy. Hi, Andy. Dad, I think I found one, but I can't decide. Can I have 2 books? Sam, we said, I'd look up to see Kyle looking down at the child with a weird pain look on his face like someone slapped him on the back too hard and doesn't want to say anything about it. Yeah, sure. All I need you to do is give, Mick is completely losing it. Sweetie, this is my friend Kyle. Kyle, this is my daughter Samantha. Hi. Samantha says as if it's an obligation. She bows her head and starts to shy away. Hey, Sam. You have weird hair. I do have weird hair. Your dad used to have weird hair too. A small chuckle comes out of Samantha. Daddy always has weird hair until he cuts it all off. Yeah, so I see. But your hair's like a skunk while Daddy's hair is spiky. I get that a lot. Kyle's smile is forced and his fists are clenched up tightly. It's worrying me, actually. Sam, can you give me some time with my friend? I promise I'll get you 2 bits if you do. If I'm extra good, can I get 3? Don't push your luck, kid. Okay. Sam walks away instantly back toward the children's books. Cute kid. Yeah. She's going on 9. Her sister started junior year. Huh. Anyway, what's happening with you and the age thing? Well, do you remember that Alana chick that worked at John's like decades ago? Yeah, she was a bitch, I remember that much. It's actually a little weird hearing Mr. McDougal swear. You got the hots for her though, I remember telling you she was bad news. Dude, you were more right than you realize. Kyle gives Mick the short version, explaining that it's magical and he keeps telling Mick to just trust him on this one. Mick is skeptical, but way more receptive than I would have expected him to be. As long as I've known him, Mr. McDougal has always been kind of a quirky guy who was into old music, had children late, and collected LPs. I've never seen the side of him that I watched Kyle bring out. I'd only met him a few times, but in the short minutes that Kyle had reconnected with him, Mr. McDougal became Mick, and pretty soon they were talking like they'd known each other for 100 years. So I've just kind of been kicking at his ferret ever since. Is this all true? Completely, I swear by it. In fact, the other boys are here in the bookstore as well. That's wild. Seriously, I still don't know if I believe it. I never thought I'd see you again. Did you hear about what happened? With what? Your dad. I know I definitely don't give a shit. Kyle. I always assumed that if he ever came back, you'd hear what happened from Shun and then never want to talk to me again. Wait, you mean Shane, right? He went back to Shun after when you went missing. Yeah, that definitely sounds like something Shane would do. He pronounces Shane bitterly, spiting him in his absence. Wait, Kyle, do you also have a Chinese name? Yeah, I did. Song let us have American names so we fit him better, but called us our real names at parties and holidays. I got mine legally changed. What was your Chinese name? Kong. So you haven't talked to Shun then? No, and with the nonsense with the Lanas all over and done with, I don't plan on talking to Song or Shane ever again. Kyle? Your dad is dead. Whoa, how? I promised myself I would tell you if he ever came back, and I can't believe it's happening. When you went missing, your dad and Shun accused me of being the reason that you disappeared. For a while, Song just thought you were going to show up panhandling in another city and blamed me for being the reason. I went over to his house to try to reason with him. Shun was there too. Shun started shouting at me and cussing me out. I tried to talk sense into Song, but I don't know, he just sort of passively agreed with Shun. Shen told me to leave, but I don't know, man. I was really pissed off. I wouldn't leave. Song started calling the police. I knocked the phone out of his hand and told him to apologize for driving you out of the house in the first place. Sean pulled me away from him, and I don't know, I just fucking slammed him. I broke one of his teeth, and Mick was completely silent. He's starting to tear up. Cal is just staring intently at Mick, waiting for the story to conclude. After pursing his lip and taking a deep breath in, Mick continues. Song had a heart attack. He died in the emergency room. There was an investigation. They arrested me, but I was put on trial and I was tried guilty for trespassing and assault, but they didn't put Song's death on me. I was fined a bunch. The judge said some mean things. I was free to go. I spent the last 30 years rebuilding my life. I'm sorry, Kyle. Really, I am. Why? What do you mean, why? Why would you be sorry about that? I started it. I was the one who started attacking Shun. No, I mean, why would you be sorry for doing that? He had it fucking coming. You remember what an asshole he was? He'd been begging for a stroke for years, and I wouldn't have fucking tolerated him blaming you for that shit anyway. I'm glad that guy's finally fucking dead. Are you serious? Dead serious. I should be thanking you. Kyle, that's horrible. Are you kidding me? Dude, we used to stick his picture up on your dartboard and try to aim for his eyes. This is different. How's this different? Mick, I'm going to be honest. You sound like a fucking narc. Haven't you grown up even a little? What? Your dad is dead. Your brother's still looking for you. Doesn't that mean anything? Of course it does. You and me. We always said familial stretchers are bullshit. Why should I be sad that Song is dead? He didn't mean anything to me. I know. I know the things you said. And it all felt so meaningful back then. Well, this is surprising. Fucking A, Mick. Are you serious? What, so you just gave up, got an office job, and started peddling advertisements? Is that it? No, it's not that. You grew out of it, huh? You put on a tie and started to dance like a good monkey should? I went to college, I got a degree, I got married and had 2 daughters, and they don't have to live in a shack just because I'm still fighting some imaginary corporation monster that doesn't exist. I didn't let go, Kyle. I'm city comptroller. I make sure the government isn't fucking around with your money, then it's going where it needs to go. Congratulations on becoming an accountant then. Real fucking cool. How many punk-approved jobs do you think there are, Kyle? There can only be so many bars, only so many mechanics. Not everyone gets to wear denim to work. I'm doing my best. I can't pretend that we didn't do things I regret. I regret slashing Corey Madham's tires. I regret wishing your dad would die, and I really regret watching him die. Why would you waste time regretting? The Mick I remember didn't regret shit. He leapt forward and attacked what was in front of him. Mick pursed his lips and lowered his head. His eyes closed and his fingers stretched out and tensed up. Kyle's stone-faced, his frown pronounced and his eyebrows pushing hard against each other. There is weakness in his face and he's shaking very slightly. Kyle, I think that I'm being unfair. It took me years to realize that growing up is okay. It also took me years to realize that I never had to completely let go. But if what you're saying is true, you've only had like a week. Don't grow up today if you don't need to. No one should force that on you. What am I saying? This is like a dream. I've been talking with myself. Kyle from high school just came back and criticized me for my job. I must be going crazy. Yeah, here you are. If this is all real, if you still have so much life ahead of you, then keep going. Be young. Take your time. With this, Kyle fell completely silent. The two stared at each other and no one made a sound. We're on the move. Frankie's voice came across the store. What? The sound came from the bottom of the stairs near the cash registers. Kyle, Eddie, Edmund, we're on the move. Uh-oh. Kyle, we gotta go. The two are just staring at each other, blinking as if both of them are simply waiting for the other to start speaking. Kyle, we gotta go. Code Red. We'll catch up later. I'm at City Hall Mondays through Fridays. Kyle! I'll talk to you later, Mick. Peace. Later. I grab Kyle's hand and we begin rushing out of the store. Kyle is sluggish and hard to move. She's leaving the restaurant now. Where were you guys? Long story, let's just go. We continue to move out into the mall, trying to keep a safe distance from Adara. She didn't seem to be heading immediately for any parking lot. We managed to drop the phone off with Charlie, telling him to try following us as best as he can, to keep making U-turns to keep an eye on us if necessary. Charlie pulled out of his parking space and began hovering around us. We were all silent as we followed her. I couldn't tell if Kyle was being more silent than usual because we all kept to ourselves. As we had feared, she stopped at a bus station, but lucky for us, the bus had not arrived. Ooh, okay, I'm going to end this episode here. It's getting a little bit long. But as always, thank you so much for watching. That was quite a handful to, learn about Kyle. But I'll see you all very soon in the next episode. Won't be late tonight as I was hoping, as I finally get to go back to work tomorrow. So I'll probably edit some Overwatch stuff together for y'all in the morning. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone's doing fantastic. Bye for now. Bye for now.